calves come on up to the ring immediately. Junior calf class is in the ring. I'd like to thank Clarecrest Holsteins for sponsoring this calf class. $250 jackpot is going to be donated by Vicki Fletcher Photography, and by all means get your cattle photographed here today. They're set up and ready to go. Our best bred and owned semen voucher will go to thanks to East Gen. And our jackpot voucher, Blond & Sires, is going to be providing that $250 donation from Blond & Sires. In our first class, in the summer calf class, the semen voucher went to entry number 5. Entry number 5, we get the semen voucher. That's Craig Ranter. And our jackpot winner was number 21. Bryce Fisher gets $250 richer again. So congratulations, Bryce. You got $250 coming your way on entry number 21 from our first class. Strong class here today, one of our larger classes that are coming into the rink. So thanks to all the exhibitors for having these calves here timely and ready and prepared and ready to go. Once again, our intermediate calf class, if you can have them on the way, as we're just walking in our junior calves right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, just a March calves coming in here. Beautiful group of calves heading our way. And our first one of the day is lot number 23, owned by Gerardo and Jose Gonzalez, Heavenly Genetics, and MB Lucky Lady Farm. For the recently went through the blonde and sale a couple weeks ago. She's an Army daughter and red as a strawberry.
Next in the ring is entry 25, an entry bred and owned by Sandy Crest Holsteins. This is a Lucky E awesome red, but obviously she's red factor because she doesn't look very red to me, David. What are your thoughts on that?
Definitely see that Dr. Chong's not colorblind. Sometimes you gotta wonder, but we'll see. Our next one, number 26, owned by Armcrest Holsteins and Jerseys. She's a doorman daughter. Goes back to the Winterbray Golden Lotto, former champion at Royal Winter Fair.
Okay, lot 27, Firm Jean-Paul Petitclerc and Sons. This heifer is a Denver. Seen quite a few Denvers in the barns these days. They look good. And from a reserve All-Canadian 2-year-old in 2014.
Following her crushed tattoo daughter, which we'll see many today. She's being exhibited by Clark Valley Holsteins and London Dairy, number 28.
Just having a little trouble seeing the identification numbers here. Perhaps headbands would be easier in the future.
So as we're getting calves coming in on our junior calf class, once again, I'd like to thank Clarecrest Holsteins for sponsoring this class, a large class of junior calves. Blond & Sires are going to be donating the jackpot for the randomly drawn successful calf. CMEX has provided the sponsorship for show arena, East Gen. Lots of great support for this show in the past few days.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, on your screen you'll see calf 25. This is the owned entry by Sandy Crest Holsteins. This is the lucky awesome red that David Crack was telling me I'm not colorblind. She is black. That's exactly right. And now we'll get in sync with what you're seeing and how we're describing it.
So we just got the results in from our first class, so we'll go from top to bottom for people that are following on the catalog and for people back in the barns who want to know where everything sifted out in our first summer calf class. So from top to bottom, entry number 1 was 14, entry number 2 was scratched, entry number 3 was scratched, entry number 4 was 12, entry number 5 was 13, 6 was a scratch, entry number 7 was 6, entry number 8 was scratched. Entry number 9 was third in class, and that change of ownership was Deltice Farms. Entry number 10 was 9th. Entry number 11 was 10th. Change of ownership on that animal, William and Anthony Jeton. Entry 12 was scratched. Entry 13 was 4th. And that's a change of ownership. Brian and Joseph Enright and Justin Deltice. 4th place animal, entry number 13. 14 and 15 were scratched. Entry number 16 was first. Also our best bred owned. David Grandma.
39 head in this.
17 was fifth. There's a change of ownership in that animal as well as Kingsway Millen and Matt Forsell. And the 5th place animal, entry number 17. Entry 18 was 11th. Entry 19 was 7th. Entry 20 was 8th. There's a change of ownership on 20. That was owned by Megan Ford. And entry 21, a change of ownership, and she was your second place animal. Bryce Fisher was the owner of entry 21 and your second place calf in the summer calf class that is just completed. Currently, we've got our next class in the ring. Our junior calves are in the ring. I'd like to thank Claire Crest Holsteins for sponsoring this class, and Vicki Fletcher for the $250 jackpot. East Jen is providing the best bred and owned throughout the day. We'll keep you current on who's the winners of our best bred and owned of each and every class. So we're just getting the last few in. We're going to have over 25 cattle in this class. It's going to be a little tight, so we ask our leadsmen to tighten up the ring, stay to the outside. As we get this class into the ring, if our exhibitors can get intermediate calves up to the hitch and ring, that would be super. Well, guys, we got a tight ring here today on this second class that's coming into the ring. So as we're going through, you see any sire stacks or some young sires that are really starting to stick out in the second class? After 2 classes, there's some, I see some young sires that are kicking around that are starting to sire some really nice fancy calves. What are your thoughts, Mr. Chelik?
Well, I was focusing more on cow families, and I see Joel Phoenix leading a red and white heifer that goes back to the apples, and the old apple cow is certainly dominating both sire lines and female lines. I'll defer to David to talk about some of these young sires and other regarded sires. I've already mentioned that saw some nice Denvers. David, what are you thinking?
Yeah, and we'll see a bunch of nice Unix daughters today. We'll see some nice Crush Tattoo daughters. We'll see some Army. See a lot of nice red daughters coming along. Unstoppable Army, to name a few. So, just a beautiful class of heifers in front of us here today.
Voila, we've got the screen. Now we can see what the folks are looking at. Why don't you tell us about entry 56, David?
56 from Fairmont Towns. She's a low trust daughter, shown by Kevin Jacobs from Quebec with Fairmont Towns.
I've got to compliment Andrew Hunt. There's 5 camera angles that they're using today, and it's all you folks out there, it's just like sitting at ringside. Normally I'd be standing by Patty Jones at World Dairy Expo listening to her commentary. That's quite an experience, I can tell you, David.
Yeah, but maybe it's Patty that has a tough day beside the dock all day.
Well, I don't know, I get pretty tired running for beer and popcorn for her. Number 57. This is a Denver from an excellent 93 Goldwyn that was all Canadian, 2-year-old in 2014.
Ferrum Blondin and Blondin Sires. And she's a Blondin Thunderstorm. He's been turning out some awesome heifers lately. And none other than the junior champion of Wisconsin summer show was a Thunderstorm.
What? Who's the sire of Thunderstorm, David? Do you know? Maybe somebody could text us that. Thanks, David. He's a Jacoby son. There, David. Why don't you make some comments on
Number 60 coming into your screen. Oh. Another exhibit of Blondin Sires. She's a sidekick. A daughter of Alshard Dempsey Allison. Been in the All-Canadian hunt for the last 2 to 3 years. Another sidekick, and you'll see sidekicks are calving in really nice. A bunch of nice ones went through Blondin sale a couple weeks ago. So a lot of upside.
Scratching in this class. 22 is scratched. 24 is scratched. 29 is scratched. 7 and 33. 41 is out. 45 is out. 33 animals in this class of junior calves. 33.
Full ring here today for our judge, Dominic. A lot of nice calves, and always a challenge when you get that big a class in here, but we're spaced out pretty nice and should be good to go.
Yeah, actually, I'm pleasantly surprised that judges are able to see these heifers move. Sometimes you get these large classes, 40, 50 head, and this isn't as large a ring as the Royal or Madison, but really great lighting. I've got to tell you, the calves are highlighted by good lighting, and of course we got lots of fresh air in here because there's virtually no people, but great conditions for the leadsman.
also joined here currently with David Henshaw, or Tim, sorry. Tim Henshaw. Tim, what's your thoughts and how you're involved with today's show?
Well, thanks, Tom. It's a really good day here today. I think everyone realizes they were missing this part of their lives with the COVID lockdown, and really kudos to the Bullvine for making this fall invitational. This is a really good opportunity, perhaps the only opportunity these exhibitors and calves and cows are going to see a show this year. But it's really good for the industry because it's the people that make the industry, and this is really good to be able to see people, to network, and also to see some of the outstanding animals of certain sires. And this is certainly a wonderful class that we have here today.
Well, that's right, Tim. Shows really do provide that opportunity where we can see cattle one-on-one, head-to-head, see what sires and what cow families are working the best. You don't get that virtually. You don't get that anywhere else besides bringing the live calf to a live show out in the best condition and see what happens.
Absolutely, and also a big plug for all of the sponsors who have worked so hard to to bring this to fruition today. This is a first-class show, and really impressed with how the judge has been working through here today. I actually had a little chuckle with the Judge Dominic here at ringside. I reminded him that my father always used to say that the official judge only makes 2 mistakes. He accepts the job, and then he shows up, and after that he is right for the day. But just doing a wonderful, wonderful job here. I'm a veterinarian, Tom. I work for EastGen, which is part of the CMEX family. I'm a former official Holstein judge, and I was the former secretary of the Simcoe County Holstein Club for 13 years. I really like to help out wherever I can, and just happy to be here today.
That's great. Yeah, glad to have you aboard. I really do gotta say thanks to the Lindsay Exhibition Committee here. The facilities are top notch, very accommodating. All the exhibitors got lots of room to install their cattle, get them prepared properly. So Lindsay has done a fabulous job of hosting this first time show here. So great experience here in Lindsay, Ontario.
The Lindsay Fair Board showed great insight in selling their property next to a hospital a number of years ago and building this world-class facility which hosts not only this show but other tremendous shows. Normally, in a normal year, the Lindsay Fair would have been on a couple weeks ago, and it is home to the National Milking Shorthorn Show as well. But they do a great job here, and so thankful we're able to use this facility here today.
Yes, indeed, it is a great facility, and look forward to coming back here anytime that's looking and listening online. If you've got the opportunity to come to Lindsay, Ontario for a cattle show or just for a good visit, you won't be disappointed. Well, we're just starting to pull some cattle in on our second class today, our junior calf class, where Dominic Fortier is just starting to make his first pulls and we're getting calves into line. We're going to get you updated on how they're sorting out here. As you can see on your screen that we've got a huge class here. So things are coming along, and we'll get you updated here as soon as we can get our numbers sorted. Thanks.
Yeah, you know, John, I'm getting a few texts. There's some of our American friends watching this. Scott Culbertson, Bill Ron, a number of others. Quite the rascals. I'm sure if they were up here, the crowd would be very lively. I know they're texting some interesting comments, and I think they're quite enjoying the show, having their coffee.
You know, one thing I noticed, and I'm thinking into the future, that COVID or no COVID, the kind of coverage that we're providing here today for the people online and throughout the world, that who knows how travel will affect everyone in the future, or just even whether you do want to travel or not. I think what we're doing here, and kudos to Bovine for providing the different type of exposure that we're trying to give these people in the show ring. I think this is maybe the way of the future that we're going to use to showcase these cattle shows in the future.
Well, I'll add to that. I mean, a lot of people are working from their homes, have 2 screens. You know, Scotty Culbertson's probably got his coffee going and working on one screen and watching this on the other, and, you know, he can doze off when he wants and wake up and watch the show. David, what are your thoughts on this remote?
No, obviously, Bovine does a great job, and with this COVID, and as John was mentioning, the future is going to be a lot of not live, but online events, and this one's second to none with the facility, with all the camera angles, and our first time here going commentary live.
Yeah, well, once again, people, if you have any comments or questions you want to ask any of us, by all means, go through the chat line, or if you get a hold of us via text, or however you feel that you can get a hold of us, we'd love to answer any questions and give you some more insight on this great show that we're going to have here today. So currently the junior calf class is in the ring. Clare Crest Holsteins are the sponsor of this Great class. Just getting the first sift done on this class of 33 junior calves. If you're just joining us as well, I understand that everybody will be popping in and out throughout the day. If you're just joining us, Dominic Fortier from Victoriaville, Quebec is our official judge, and he's assisted by Marcus Hiley from Rimbey, Alberta, Mustang Holsteins. Show marshal today is Doug Green, doing a capable job. Lots of organizing to do in this ring when we get classes over 30. Got to make sure everybody's tightened up and get everybody the proper look that they need. Vicky Fletcher Photography is providing the $250 jackpot prize. East Gen is providing the best bred and owned semen vouchers to the winner of best bred and owned in this junior calf class. So our first class has just got the initial lineup, guys. What's looking like it's at the top of the class here right now?
Looks to be Denver daughter of from Pitsy Beautiful balanced heifer, and nice to see. It's got an awesome group start this class off. Not all the biggest heifers, but very, very correct heifers.
Yeah, if he in fact does lead off with this entry 46, as you say, a Denver daughter of Goldwyn Anouk, excellent 93. That's deep in the pedigree. Her dam was Reserve All-Canadian Senior 2 in 2014. He's pulled 52 out second, David. What do you know about that heifer?
That's another Denver from Kingsway. And lots of all-Canadian pedigree in there. But Kingsway, again, just sends out great heifers steady. So does Pitsy.
Looks like 3 Denvers on top. Actually, the third place animal is a Denver as well from my books. That's entry 27 from Jean-Paul Petitclerc, the Denver daughter.
That'd be a triple crown for Denver in this class if they stay that way.
pour nos amateurs francophones qui regardent l'exposition aujourd'hui. Super groupe de jeunesse junior. Puis on porte notre classe présentement. C'est une fille de Denver qui vient de Petit-Clair, qui ont aussi de 3e place. Sur nos amis ferme Petit-Clair, vraiment en forme dans cette classe ici de jeunesse junior. Entre les deux, le deuxième, c'est notre Denver aussi. Actuellement, les premiers 5, c'est tous des Denver. Top 5 pulled in our March class are all Denvers.
So it looks like he's made his second pull. I don't think any were changed from the initial top 5, which would have been entries 46, 52, 27, 57, and 30. It's difficult to see the harnesses from where we are, and I know you on your screens will have some difficulties. We talked earlier about hat bands do provide a little better visual on what the entry is, but guys like David Crack with a lot of hair don't want to mess up their hair wearing a hat band. What's that? The silence is deafening. I saw a nice exhibit from Vogue Holsteins. Miss having Dave Eastman here, but I'm sure he's probably watching with a keen eye. There's a guy that understands the traditional type game and the progressive genomic business.
Yeah, he's always ahead of the curve, Dave, and very, very progressive, to say the least. And beautiful exhibit they have down there at the Vogue exhibit.
Well, looks like we're going to lead off the class right now on the final lap with entry number 46. That's from Femme Petit Clerc, the Denver daughter. Just a neat little thing on the Petit Clerc herd. I was over there the other day and just having a look through it. You know, we talked about cow family, how important they are to big young calves and cows in the future. 5 of their animals came out of the Enough cow family, and the other 2, they have 7 there. The other 2 came out of the Spady cow family. So there's 2 cow families that represent their whole string of cows.
power of embryo transfer and getting the maximum number of progeny from these great cows has truly improved the breed. That, along with using the genomic tools, I think the breed's a lot better off today than it was 10 years ago.
Well, exhibitors, we're just making our final poll on our junior calf class. All exhibitors back in the barn. If you can get your intermediate calves to the hitching area, please. Last call for the calves for the intermediate calf class. It'll be coming in immediately following this class. Once again, I'd like to thank Claire Crest Holsteins for providing sponsorship of this junior calf class. 33 strong in this class.
A big shout out needs to go to Pitsy Claire. I believe they have 4 of the top 5 in this class. As you were saying, John, that family's been cranking them out. Pour nos amis en français, Jean-Paul Petitclerc, la ferme Jean-Paul Petitclerc, ont 4 des premiers 5 ici dans notre jeunesse junior. Quelque chose d'assez remarquable, toutes les filles d'Anouk.
Yeah, they're the same. So running down the top 5 again, entry 46, 52, 27, 57, and 30.
Pretty remarkable to get 4 full-blood sisters in the top 5. At a show of this caliber especially.
Well, when you find the magic mating and those genes click, it really works.
And then you add that to the great breeding establishment of Pitsy Claire, and they definitely know how to get these heifers out.
Yeah, animal husbandry has a big role to play.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've just completed the junior calf class. We're going to give you some results, but first, I want to hear our comments from this very, very large class. Dominique, from where we're sitting, I tell you what a strong class this was to get for this junior calf class.
Another great class this morning. Things now I know I have a color on the shaving because and this quality we see today, I'm very impressed to saw that kind of quality effort really like this. So, and this class, so I think we have two effort for me, very close placing, two effort very similar, two effort with a good quality of when she move, good quality, show me a lot of dirtiness. But for me, in the first, just show me a little more longer to her body today than the effort we have in second. Second overall for me, this effort show me more openness for him today than a nice tight effort we have in third. Third effort for me, this effort show me it's not the biggest effort, but show me a lot of style, a lot of dirtiness. Just a little more clean to her and neck today than a nice openness effort we have in fourth. Fourth effort today show me more openness for him today and a little bit more clean today. When she moved today, and we had it for fourth for me, just more effort, just more capacity than the effort we had in sixth. Encore une belle classe de jeunesse junior. Nous avons deux jeunesses vraiment similaires, deux jeunesses qui font très bien ensemble. Just donne l'avantage, juste en première position. Jeunesse se déplace légèrement mieux, défend légèrement mieux, plus de longueur dans toutes ses parties aujourd'hui. Et notre jeunesse bien balancée en deuxième position. Deuxième devant la troisième, jeunesse demande légèrement plus d'ouverture de côte, plus de profondeur de côte. Et notre jeunesse très bien stylée en troisième position. Troisième devant la quatrième, jeunesse demande plus de style sur la marche, légèrement aujourd'hui. Et plus de netteté dans son cou et sa tête que notre jeunesse puissante en quatrième position. Quatrième devant la cinquième, jeunesse demande plus de longueur dans toutes ses parties. Légèrement plus d'ouverture de profondeur de côte avant et arrière que notre jeunesse très bien balancée en cinquième position. Cinquième devant la sixième, jeunesse demande plus de profondeur, plus de largeur dans toutes ses parties. Notre jeunesse très bien balancée, très bien stylée en sixième position. Félicitations.
Thank you very much, Dominic. Incredible class. Congratulations. So you're the winner of your junior calf class. Entry number 46. She's also your best bred and owned Claire. Entry number 46 is your best bred and owned.